Lagos Guba. Despite xenophobic attacks, police only arrested one Igbo man. Sowore cries out. Yes. Okay. Despite all the Yorubas trouble, all the Tinubu thugs that caused trouble in Lagos, they didn't arrest them. MC Oluomo has been issuing threats, and his threats are coming to pass. Nobody talked about him. Bayo Nanuga, the spokesperson for APC, is talking. FFK is talking. Festus Keyamo is talking. A lot of the thugs in Lagos are talking with their faces shown in the video. Rather than arresting them, they just arrested one Igbo man that tweeted, okay, that just made a simple tweet. You understand? I think that was against the governor of Anambra State. They arrested him. How can, with all the political violence that took place both in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, and Kano especially, nothing has happened to any of them? This young man that just tweeted is the one they just arrested for saying the truth, for airing his view through the Twitter. So Sowore has come out to cry out that it's quite unfortunate, because the xenophobic attacks is actually between the Yorubas and the Igbos. The Yorubas are saying the Igbos want to take their land, so they are scared. Just like what the South Africans did to Nigerians out there in South Africa, in Pretoria. Okay, I think it was in Pretoria. So at the end of the day, all those xenophobic attacks and attackers have just gone under the carpet. Meanwhile, in the southeast, just one young man just tweeted about the governor of Anambra, and he was arrested. Oh, wow. The presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, Omoyele Sowore, has slammed Nigerian security agencies over their performance in the 2023 governorship and State House of Assembly elections. The police and other security agencies have been accused of working against the voters during the February 25 and March 18 elections. Sowore wondered why those who attacked polling units and voters and even threatened the Igbos in video clips making the rounds on social media were not arrested. Yes, the 2023 Lagos State gubernatorial election was marred by a high level of violence and intimidation. Some of the attacks on voters and electoral materials were carried out right in front of the security personnel. Yes, but yet they didn't do anything. Okay? Before and during the polls, thugs were used to threaten, create fears, force residents to either vote for a particular political party, which is APC, or not to bother casting their votes at all. The police had even described as a mere joke and threat issued to non-indigenous of Lagos by the State Parks Management Committee Chairman Musiliu Akinsanya, popularly known as MC Oluomo. Sowore said instead of arresting those going about inciting the Yorubas against the Igbos, the only person arrested was a social media influencer from Anambra State. That is it. He said, after all, the xenophobic attack on Igbos in Lagos during last weekend's called elections. Isn't it funny that only a person in police custody is a young guy, a social media influencer, Chude from Anambra, accused of cybercrime? Not a single person in Lagos arrested for attempted murder, conduct likely to breach public peace, vote buying, election rigging, arson, affray. Not even any reported arrest for two fighting. That is how bad it is. Okay? So it is because the APC government is known for this kind of thing. This is what they have come to do. The one Buhari did will be small compared to what Tinubu is going to do, because it is obvious. With all the threats, MC Oluomo threats, all the thugs that threatened people in Lagos, nothing happened. He didn't arrest anybody. Only just one small social media influencer in Anambra State, he said he has committed cybercrime, and he's the only person that they arrested. Does that make sense? Does that really make sense? And up to now, what they're doing in Lagos is trying to do damage control. They did that same damage control after carrying out violence during presidential election. They did damage control. Now, during the governorship election, they still went ahead to conduct the same level of violence, in fact, the worst of its kind, and now they are planning to do damage control. and the government is looking at them. And what is giving them the impetus to do that is because their Agboro father, which is Tinubu, is now at the top. So their guy at the top is the father of Agberos. So Agberos are going to undo now in Lagos and its environment. And they are going to carry that Agbero life in Lagos to Abuja and spread it across length and breadth of Nigeria. Quite unfortunate that Nigeria is descending into the lowest low of its kind in history. Quite unfortunate. Okay? That is terribly, very bad. Terribly, terribly, terribly bad. Terribly, terribly, terribly bad. So I've got a few comments here. Let me hear what people have to say about this thing. Okay. Somebody says, I too like this man. He condemned the jungle justice and the killing of Deborah, which Peter Obi kept quiet. Can you imagine? The whole world knows that Peter Obi kept quiet on the issue. The release of Kano, Peter Gregory Obi said nothing. Now the man Sowore has proven to us that he is the man every Igbo think Peter Obi is. Who? See, this one an AAC person. This one they carry you go anywhere. Go and sleep. I love Sowore for his fairness, and always demand that every citizen has to be treated with equal right. We know. So why didn't you vote for him? Because he didn't get any vote now. Yeah, exactly, that's the question I'm asking him. So why didn't you vote for him? Why didn't you vote for Sowore? So somebody says, Sowore, go and arrest them. Mugu, can you imagine? So now, is it Sowore that will arrest them? Is the security of the architecture of the nation, is it under Showore's control? So why would Sowore go and arrest them? Sowore has just said the truth that every Nigerian knows. It's not new, it's not strange that the security system in Nigeria is already working. In fact, they are the attack dogs for the government. That is what they are. That is just what they are. It's terrible. So the evil that men do lives after them. It is better you keep quiet if you don't have anything reasonable to say. Else, curse will follow your generation. Okay? Because the blood of innocent Nigerians wasted on this land since 2015 is still crying to God for vengeance. That is the truth. And that is why I love Northerners. By now, Lagos would have been an ocean of blood. Can you imagine? So what are you trying to say? That so Northerners should have started killing them. Is that what you're saying? This country, Somebody said, so true. They can't try this nonsense with the Northerners now. Yeah? Can you imagine? So what are you trying to say? Somebody say, you and your children shall live long and nothing will happen to you for saying the truth. That is prayer for Sowore. Nigeria is evil. INEC has failed the masses of this country. We thank them. No problem. Yes, now, the Mahmoud Yakubu will definitely reap the fruit of his labor. And he will suffer himself and his family for this. Nigeria is not evil. Nigeria just have bad leaders. That's all. Of course, what is a country without its people? So it is the people that is making the country bad. That is true. Without a people, a nation is nothing. All right? There is no nation. So that is Nigeria for you. I know everybody has started calling out, both civil society organizations are already calling out the governor of Anambra State to make sure that that young man, that social media influencer, should to be released effective immediately. I don't know whether he has been released. The same thing that Aisha Buhari did to, I think, a Nasarawa boy that tweeted against her fatness, and the boy was arrested by DSSF immediately. After all the bashing, they eventually released that boy. The same matter has repeated itself again by the governor of Anambra State, Soludo, for arresting that young man because he tweeted against his administration. That's terrible. That's terrible. Meanwhile, all the arsonists across the country are moving freely. Nothing has happened to them. So thank you for listening. Let's have a comment. That is observation from Sowore.